Hello and welcome. I am back into the playing music space. I have played one gig and a couple others didn't come to fruition for various reasons. Let's talk about that and just kind of where I'm at right now as I go into the phase where I am a musician who's playing music again and pretty relieved about that. Let's go. So, as mentioned, I've had my first gig back. This week was marked with the start of the week was marked with doing some physical therapy. So I'm doing that every Monday, and my physical therapist said my progress is good enough that I did not need physical therapy this coming Monday. I'm actually going to be able to take one off because I'm ahead of schedule. I don't need it, so that's very relieving. And I also got some advice on how to kind of build back up to playing music again. So kind of starting out earlier in the week, I would like play for 10 minutes and then wait for 5 and stretch and such. And yeah, I'm gonna obviously lean into stretching and taking good care of my hands and such. It feels pretty good today. But then building up to Friday, where I had my first gig back, which was at the retirement community in nearby Burlingame, where I was playing for an hour. And that meant that I needed an hour of material, which, typically is not a big deal. I could roll out of bed and do an hour gig, but I haven't played in, 6 weeks, so I really needed to kind of get myself back to, having that material, plus sprinkling in some of the holiday tunes that one expects at this time of year. So it was hard because I didn't have a lot of bandwidth to actually learn new material, and I was trying to kind of remember how to play. The singing came pretty easily, but specifically how to loop again. So picking up the guitar and actually kind of finding the sounds. I was using I have an Acoustasonic Telecaster, which you've not seen in videos yet, that is easier to play in many ways. It plays a little bit more like an electric guitar, but sounds like an acoustic. But the sounds on the body are different, so finding the percussion sounds, I had to kind of experiment with that and then get back in the habit of hitting my foot switches accurately again, which, yeah, I didn't at first. It took I'd say, I don't know, an hour of practice to kind of start getting that back. Doing literally exercises where I'm like, I'm on one foot right now and just kind of tapping all the spots on the board and making sure I'm accurate. So a different kind of warm up. But I was able to get to the point where I had a lot of fun playing. I will say I felt a little inhibited by the fact that I didn't have as much material that I could just kind of like say, hey, do you do this song or this artist? And if I hadn't just practiced it, it's going to be a lot more iffy because I'm just that much out of practice. So that's kind of what I'm in the mode of fixing right now. I was supposed to have a second gig on Friday, and that's where we're going to talk about this idea of building back up. Friday, there was a snafu where originally I was going to be playing 2 hours at Freewheel Brewing in Redwood City. And they accidentally, I think it's because they hadn't heard from me in a while, or they did have a change in ownership, they booked their open mic, which is a monthly event, over that same Friday. So my gig got squashed by it, but they had a reschedule available for me on the Saturday following, which I believe is Christmas Eve. And and honestly, because I was able to reschedule the gig and not really kind of lose it, it was actually great because just starting first gig after 5.5 weeks of not playing, I preferred to have the opportunity to rest. And what I ended up doing in the spirit of building up was actually saying, you know what, there's an open mic where I'm supposed to be playing. Let's go play at the open mic. I used it as an opportunity to kind of market myself for the audience. Say, hey, if you like what you hear here, come on back in a week and a day and come see me play. So really, I stayed for the whole duration for the open mic, which was really fun. As many do, I got my start kind of going to open mics a little bit here and there, and I'm still trying to meet the kind of local musical community, and it's a good way to kind of just get out there and mingle with people and talk about their songwriting or whatever it may be. And I had a lot of fun. Open mic crowds are very friendly and welcoming in general, and this definitely was no exception, especially a festive version of that in the month of December. So I ended up playing, we had enough time to kind of go up twice and do 2 songs each time. I played with a super stripped down version of my setup, which was just the RC600 and one external foot switch with 2 buttons. So no vocal effects, no ability to record my vocals, nothing, just what I can loop with a guitar, and that's it. And yeah, people ate it up. It was a different kind of thing. You don't see a lot of loop artists, again, where I am out here in the Bay Area. I keep trying to kind of adjust that and change it and get people to try it out. But to date, I'm pretty unique. And people were they were engaged, they were singing along. I always go when I'm in a very small set, I just try to hit bangers. And I did Jingle Bell Rock for the holiday season, and I think I had an audience singing along for Sweet Caroline. All that kind of stuff you do in a bar kind of setting. And it was so much fun. Where maybe the fully healed, fully prepared version of me is pretty upset that I didn't have my full 2-hour gig. I was having an absolute blast because after playing an hour earlier in the day, I wasn't really in a place to play 2 hours. I could have, I think. I felt pretty good considering, but I'm glad I didn't try. And what happened was wonderful. So in terms of building up the ability to play in front of people and engaging with an audience, I was just relaxed in a way that I did not expect to be. So very, very cool. I had a lot of fun. Then brings us to today. As I record this, which is Sunday, I was supposed to be playing at Oceansiders on the coast in Half Moon Bay, and it was a weather-dependent event, and the weather had something to say about it. So here I am, spending some time just kind of getting things in order for taking the advantage of the day to record a video. To also, I'm installing a file server, one of those network storage device things, where I can back up a lot of my video files because I'm doing so much video editing, and I want to start using higher quality video as I continue to take footage of live events. So yeah, lots of things going on, lots of moving parts, and lots to look forward to. And I have 3 gigs between today and Christmas that I do need to practice for. So check the Twitch channel. I'm not quite ready to try doing YouTube streaming yet, but I am working on my Twitch setup, and I'm hoping to stream at least one of my practices this week. So if you want to see where I'm at, it might be a shorter stream because I definitely have to pace myself, but all of my gigs this week are going to be 2 hours gigs, and with some Christmas music. So I just need to have like a good variety of music for 2 hours 3 times this week, and then I have a week off until we get to the new year, and and that week off I'll be going to places, trying to get booked on calendars and all that kind of stuff. So we're all in, me, whatever, not the royal we, and I'm excited. It was so much fun playing music again, remembering why I wanted to do this thing, and hopefully I've got more lessons and learnings and stories from this journey, as I think this all but wraps up the first quarter of the year for my first year doing this. So with that having been said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, as I post this on Monday, I guess, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you have a wonderful week, and happy holiday, because I believe the next one of these will come out on Boxing Day in the US for those who celebrate Christmas. I hope you have a great time, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.